Alright, shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahshai, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, and salutes and honors to the elect brothers that's enduring this truth in sincerity. Okay, we got coming back at you. This is GMS Stick Clay. Got another article here. This one is dealing with Venezuela. It says, this is from The Guardian. It says, murder for their guns, Venezuela's police are now victims of crime. So that's what's going on down there. The police are even being victims of crimes. And, we got a scripture, too, that's going to, coincide with it. But I'm just going to read a little bit in it. It says a gang culture of impunity and stricter gun control has led to off-duty police officers being killed for their weapons, motorbikes, and even their mobile phones. So that's what's going on down there right now, right? Their economy is collapsing, and the inflation is so high that anything of value is becoming currency, is becoming a trade, or anything that you have that's of value. It's been dangerous to have that because people gonna want it, whether it's your car, in this case a gun, or a motorbike, or if you got an iPhone, a gold necklace. These niggas got grills. Niggas gonna snatch your grilling that day. Anything that can be traded for food or for water or for goods, could be traded for tampons or condoms, because that scarce down there right now too. You got the people down there eating dogs, cats, pigeons, things of that nature. So anything that's of value, they snatching up, and they don't care if you're a cop or not. It says not even the police are safe in Venezuela. In a country we saw 24,000 murders recorded in 2013, and whose capital city, Caracas, was runner-up for the murder capital of the world. 252 security officers have been killed in the country from January to October this year. This is from November last year. It says in most cases simply because they're carrying something valuable, a gun. And that's what's going to take place in this country. When the economic collapse happens, these officers, they're going to turn in their badge and they going to try to defend their families, especially with these gun control laws that they trying to pass, and to do away with the Second Amendment. And Hillary Clinton is a big supporter of doing away with that Second Amendment. So when they do go to confiscate everybody's guns, they're not confiscating the unregistered guns. They're confiscating registered guns. So that's people that got their guns legally to defend their household, to defend their families, so on and so forth. But these niggas out here that got the illegal guns, you don't commit a murder or a crime for the most part with a legal gun. You go get a throwaway or a burner. You don't do it with your gun that can be traced back to you. You do it with an unregistered gun. They're gonna still have those guns. Why? Because they're not registered, so to speak. Esau don't know that gun exists to that person's, to that person's person, basically, to his possession. So what's gonna happen? You come for everybody's gun. Now everybody don't have guns. Now you're gonna allow that criminal element to come in, and they can run up in anybody's house, take anything that they want at any time. Why? Because they still got their gun, but you don't got yours no more. And when that economic collapse happens, and it's dire times, like I said with Venezuela, things that are of value are gonna become, dangerous to have. That iPhone 7, that iPhone 6, whatever, it's gonna be dangerous to have that in that time. Somebody see you on that phone, oh, you got some money. or you got something to value, something that I can sell, that I can feed my family with, or I can trade to feed my family with, they gonna take it. And hurt you in the process if they have to. Even the officers, they know the officers got guns. They know that guns are scarce. Guns have value. So they'll get the officers in that day for their weapons. They get them for their motorbikes. Anything, like I said, they'll get you for your gold right out your mouth. From the chain off your neck. The Jordans off your feet. Whatever it is. The ring, your wedding ring. Whatever it is that holds value in this society, they're gonna get you for it. Your Beat headphones, all of that. Your laptop, whatever you can find. If it holds value, they're gonna get you. So I'm gonna read this. This is from 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'll start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. That one people fighting against another, that's a race war. That's the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the children of Israel fighting against these other nations. The wicked, the Edomites, or the Chinese, the Japanese, the East Indians, anybody who ain't Jake, it's gonna be a battle, so to speak, a war. And it says, in swords in their hands, that could be a gun, it could be a little sword, it could be a sharpened stick, it can be anything that can be used as a weapon, a club, a mallet, a hammer, a tire iron, crowbar, whatever. Because if they confiscate the guns, then what you gonna do? You gotta defend yourself. You still gotta have some kind of weaponry. Might have a nunchuck, a ninja star. It says, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes. And that's them going against the government, which is also a civil war within itself. That's an uprising of the people going against what the established government rules are. So that could be, Hillary get in office and take the guns away, and the people rebel. It could be the same with Trump. It could be with Trump getting in office and the people rebel. So it can go either way with either one of them. It could be Obama, doing a third term. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know whenever it does happen, we know that the Bible is true what it says, and that we in those times, and that this is about to pop off. We at the end of this thing. We ain't got time for niggas who can't get it, or don't want it, or, bullshitting. This is a serious matter. Listen to what this says. It says, there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard the kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able to. Not be able. You're not going to be able to get out your city. That's martial law. That's quarantine. They got so many diseases out here. They let that pestilence go. Do you think that you're going to be able to just go in and out of the country? Or, they're going to shut these airports down. The bus depot, the train depot. They're going to surround the city. Tanks at every, they're going to shut down the interstates. Tanks on every block. This place is going to be, cordoned off. You might not even be able to go from, one side of town to the other. North Omaha to South Omaha. Brooklyn to, Manhattan. You might not even, be able to go to Fort Worth from Arlington or Dallas. Compton to Long Beach. This is a distinct possibility, and it's not a distinct possibility. it's a distinct actual fact that it's gonna happen. They're gonna cut these places off. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Like I said, men gonna be afraid. Them officers are gonna be scared because they're gonna be hunted like everybody else. People are gonna be hunting people in those days. For what? For their goods, for their jewels, their gold, their valuable objects, for them themselves to eat them, for their wives, for their daughters, for their children. It don't matter. It's gonna be a for real deal war zone. Like the Most High said, it's gonna be a time that there never was. It's like Yahweh Shai said, it's gonna be a time that there never was. When Jacob's trouble come, that's why it's called Jacob's trouble. Because Jake is gonna be in trouble. They're trying to make us not a nation. According to Psalms 83. It says that a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Ain't nobody gonna have no sorrow for you in that day. And if you ain't a man of the Lord, the men of the Lord ain't gonna have no sorrow for you in that day. Because you had a chance. It says, and they shall destroy the houses with the sword. If you ain't got no gun in your house because the government came and took your registered gun, but a Crip or a Blood still got his throwaway, he ain't gonna throw it away in that day. He gonna keep it. He gonna run in your house. He gonna kill you, kill your family, and take everything. He might live in your house for a few days. Take all the milk, all the food that's in there, and then go on to the next one. It said, and spoil their goods. What are their goods? The things I just said. He might take your car, whatever it is that that they can get use out of. Might steal the tires off your car, whatever it is they need. The gas out your tank. And why are they doing that? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And I'm gonna look up that word tribulation right there. Bear with me, brothers. This is from Merriam-Webster's Dictionary.com. It says, for tribulation, unhappiness, pain, or suffering, an experience that causes someone to suffer. So people are going to be suffering so much in those days that they're going to be willing to do these extreme things. And these extreme things are going to become the new norm. Dead bodies lying in the midst of the streets. Okay, so we got to be circumspect in these days and do what we need to do to get out of here. Keeping the Sabbath holy. Reading. Praying. Studying. Watching videos. Fasting. Being on point as the men of the Lord. Teaching. Like I said, we got to get an A in this thing. Ain't no C minus or no C plus. That's not gonna work. We need to be A students for the Lord. And I'm not gonna make this much longer. So with that being said, we give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect brothers enduring His truth and sincerity. Shalom.